Welcome to the channel for tonight's painting stream. I hoped my air conditioner would shut off by 10 o'clock, but I guess it hasn't, so we're going to listen to that rattle for a little bit. But tonight we are going to be painting some OPR Plague Demon Fly Riders. And tonight I have a new addition here. We got the extra large plug by Games Workshop. This was given to me by Scott because I got his machine up and running today. I got his 3D printer up and running today, and he handed this to me going, hey, I saw that you needed these in the streams. And yes, 60mm base. Now we can do this number here. So, how are we going to paint these? So let me move the camera this way a hair. There we go. So how are we going to paint these? Well, I still have my Plague Demon Army that I made a long while ago. So this is the scheme that they had, and we are going to be replicating that. Now this is one of the few armies I still have from the beginning. The other ones I've given them away, or they've been broken, dropped, and tossed out, but still got those. So what we're going to end up having is a massive Plague Demon Army. So what we're going to start with, we're going to start with the wings, and for those, we're going to go to Magos Purple for the wings here. So let's go ahead and start on those. We're not going to use our normal things for those. Oh, ignore the stuff in the background. That's previews for later. Ignore that back there. Hey Zenith, how you doing tonight? Let's do a little zoom action. Okay, here we go. There we go. I'm going to water that down in the palettes a bit. And might as well use the big brush here. So the way I like doing my Plague Demons is that we're going to do all of the colors besides green first. Because you can see we got quite a few colors floating around in there. Hey Scott, I was just telling everybody how we got your machine up and running. So you can see all the colors I have in there. Green is the last one to go on. So let's go ahead and get started here. Give that a mix. And oh, that's awesome. Awesome. What armor did you make? Yes, Scott, welcome to owning the means of production. Oh, hey, Machine Cult, we always like ourselves some Machine Cult around here. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, on camera, this is a whole lot darker. Like, more, the color is so much more in real life than it is on camera. But we'll see what that turns into. I like to keep the wings kind of bright looking, just because, you know, they're wings. So we won't even need to hold it for these. This is just going to go quick, just the wings. Just going to typewriter our way through these. Using this pink / purple will give those a really good contrast against the rest of the body. All right, 2. Well, hey, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. So you had a good run for a year on an army. Yes, the killer bees, rawr. So, some random channel news. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've set up a shop down there somewhere underneath where you can click on stuff. I got t-shirts and hoodies and stickers and things like that. No dice yet. No dice yet. One day, but that day is not today because dice are real expensive to get started. So, in case you ever want to have my logo on your chest for some darn reason, there is the option there. We need a little bit more paint. And then, starting today, or just starting conversations today, it seems that my play group here locally is bullying me into running an OPR tournament. I wouldn't say bullying me, but it didn't quite cross my mind to run it yet because like we don't have a typical game store venue. But we are putting together stuff to be able to get a tournament up and running. We still haven't set a date on it. We've just gone through, logistics of can this fit where we're going to put it. So it looks like it's going to be at least 16 players. So we're going to have at least 8 tables. And that is going to be in the Flint, Michigan area. Actually, it's going to be at right next to Kettering University. So, in case if you know the Flint area, that's where it is going to be. And it's not going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be a one-day, 3 or 4 round tournament where I'm going to be giving out prizes and all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be fun. So there we go. Wings are done already. Not the same part of Kentucky we got hit by the train. Yeah. Yes, Scott was there for the bullying, and while I was getting his machine up and running, my phone was going crazy with all the messages I was getting. We could do this, and we could do that. I'm like, we could. I'm not opposed to it. It's just one of those, I didn't think I was ready to do it yet. But, you know what? The best thing to do is to just jump and see what happens. Northern Kentucky, all right. Yeah, I spent an awful lot of time. Spent an awful lot of time in Eastern Kentucky. All right, now the next, what we're going to do. Now that we got that, we desaturated the color enough. You can see here on my Plague Warriors that they also, this like collar around their head, I use that as like a fungus pink color. So we're going to use the same color, and we're just going to go around. Oop. Oh, his face is purple now. We're just going to go around the faces, or the necks of these guys with a little bit deeper purple, pink, purple, whatever color this is we got going on here. So, So what do I think of the OPR Orc Marauder models? I like them. I like them, and I actually did test prints, and I did some color sketching on them yesterday, which I have those over in the corner here that I'm going to show off later. And I did a video, because I felt bad. I wasn't going to be able to get anything out for Saturday, so I sat down with them. I did a video pretty much asking how you guys would like me to paint them, because I did enough. I did enough. I did quite a few of the tests, and they all came out good. Like I want to run every direction at once. So it's one of those. I need you guys to cut down my options for me. Hey, Trainholic, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And yes, the orcs are out. They were released. The first units was just the orc warrior and the shaman. They were released on Tuesday. All right, next, going off our base model here. So last week I did a zenithal spray, but this time I am back for the overbrushing. Yes, I was not happy with the way the zenithal spray came out. I felt like it kind of washed out more stuff than it normally does. So yeah, purple orcs. Well, I didn't do purple orcs, but we will. You guys will see. I'll bring them up a little bit later. So let's do, what was it? Hardened leather, I think, for the armor bits. Where is it? There it is. All right, now I'm going to use the the oversized butt plug. Oh man, YouTube's gonna hear that. Put something on here. All right, so for this, we take these armor plates, and I'm off camera. Then we do back of the head. And then whatever weird growths we got coming out here. Yep, paint time. Hey there, silent dude. That dude's silent. Right. Then I got plans for the faces of our bugs. The orc legs definitely have a case of parachute pants. Yeah, the random growths. Yes. Yeah, I see the. Forgot to the back of his head. I see the plague demons as more fungal than, I don't know. Instead of phlegmy like the Nurgle demons are in Warhammer, I see these as more of a fungal thing. God, and I can feel that my voice is still doing a little bit of raspiness from being sick this week. What was that? Live chat. So the poop rancid meat smell. Yeah. I missed a spot. Yeah, I missed a couple spots. It's okay. they're demons, and they're also all organic. So we get to play with the colors a little bit more than we usually do. So we can have some weird blends going on. It's not gonna throw everything off. Yes, Nurgle got me. It's son of a bitch. Yeah. Ironically, I started getting sick as soon as I decided to start printing plague demons. So, I'm not saying that's related, but it might be related. Like, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Yeah, I could see Nurgle as an old one style frog deity. Okay. Now that's done, we are going to clear our palette. Okay, while I'm doing this, while I'm clearing this, let me pop up one of my experiments. This one here. Let me put him on a thing. Ah, it stuck to me. Yeah, I printed all those guys in one piece. So here's the first orc I will show off. We have a red-skinned orc. This is all just color sketches. There's no washes on anything, so this is just one of the options. And he's got a lightning gun. I didn't know what a lightning gun was. It's one of those options that I never took in a squad. It's like their lock-on option for weapons, and I was like, oh, why would I ever choose those? Now that I saw it, I think they're pretty cool looking. Right, next, we are going to be doing some pallid bone. This is going to be used for all the blades, or all the organic blades. So it'll be like the mandibles and the claws of the bugs, along with their, like the beetle part that covers part of the wing. They do look like Oni. And the funny thing was, I didn't think about that until I actually put the paint on there. Then I was like, wow, these almost look perfect for it. All right, so here we go. Like I said, this is why I love doing demons and organic stuff, because we could just really play with the paint. And I'm off camera again. Let me angle that a little better. There we go. Yeah. No. Do some on our mushrooms over here. That mushroom there. And these sticking out its butt. Hey, Mr. Mean, how you doing? Hi to you. Hi to you. So yeah, this tournament I'm planning on doing that is being thrust upon me, willingly being thrust upon me. Let's see here. What kind of random prizes should I include? Because you know me. I am all about the random. And with enough lead time, I can come up with some crazy stuff. Random prize be one of my armies. Oh, I planned on that because honestly, honestly, I kind of running out of room again. Sir Scalius models and gives them a basic space frame with a banana and an OPR shield. That's good. That sounds like fun. Yeah, the only downside I see to me running the tournament is I can't play in it. Even though, you guys have seen me play, it would be totally random if I did win. Right now, we're this is just in the development phases, but it's going to be in Flint, Michigan. It is going to be right next to the Kettering University campus because we got a guy there that he has offered to run it actually in his basement where we can fit about at least 8 tables, maybe a dozen tables. Howdy, Sam. How you doing tonight? And it'll just be a one-day thing. It won't be like it won't be a massive, huge event. Duluth, Minnesota. Okay. Okay. Well, not exactly. Driving. It's not exactly a day trip. That's just one of the things we got to do up here with OPR is that I haven't asked in a while, but all of the game stores that I have talked to about running OPR events were not very open to the idea. Where is it? It's right now. It is in Flint, Michigan. Yeah, we have a big 40K tournament like team scene around here, and most of the guys who run the tournaments and things in the game stores are parts of the team, and so I don't know. I feel like they felt like it was moving in on their territory. I don't know. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that North Carolina's doing good for their OPR community. Yeah, the game store I used to go to before I got my new job, I used to go in there and buy paints, every week. But now that place is 45 minutes the opposite direction of what I go every day. Charging for now, see, I've seen people talk about charging for tables, but I've never actually seen it in real life. But New York City sounds like a place that would happen. Where was it? It used to be what's it called? Upkeep Games in Howell. I used to go there at least once a week to go pick up paint, but now, where I work in Flint, which is way up here, coming home and then going to Howell way down here, it's half hour, 45 minutes in the opposite direction of what I do every day now. So next, okay. Oh well, we're between colors. Let me show off another orc. Boom, this one. Ah, there we go. Here is a burnt orange color, and this one is the orc medic. And when I showed these off to Scott, who's in the chat right now, he said these gave off a pretty big Native American vibe. I think it's because of the color scheme that I chose on them. So I don't know. I might go that direction. Like I said, I like all of these colors. I'm just torn between which one to do. Okay, we are going to do something a little bit. Ignore this guy. Ignore these. These are sneak preview for another time. Where is it? Where is that paint? There it is. Yeah, ignore those. That's the next army that I'm going to be. That's already printing. Yeah, almost an Avatar Earthbender look. Yeah. So, boop. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of Eternal Dynasty here pretty soon. I've got the Oni army printing right now, and then I have another army list that has a couple tanks in it. Mostly because I wanted to see how the tanks looked. All right, we are going to do very shiny metal on this eye, on these eyes, and then we're going to cover it with a speed paint later. So it's going to give a very metallic look. The metallic look to the color we put on there. Yeah, I think the Oni list I have is all close combat Onis. Two of the squad, I don't know, one of the squad ambushes, and then it has two squads of Cyberbirds. So those will be fun to paint. I like the tough armies like that are like a low model count. I'm just gonna have to go through the Eternal Dynasty book to pick which color scheme to do. You are corrected because you are something. Correct me if I'm what? Yeah, Onis are kind of like destroyers. Yeah, they are. Well, The way I see the Oni, okay, the way I see the Eternal Dynasty altogether is that, like, they are the mirror of the Tao Union. As in, they can both do long range shooting, but, like, their battle suits and some of their squads focus more on close combat, where the Tao Union focus almost entirely on shooting. It's actually hard to get a close combat Tao Union unit going. So I just see them as Bizarro World Tao Union, which is not a bad thing at all. All right, let's go to what color next? Well, okay, what we're going to do malignant green, because some of these bugs, well, all the bugs, they have these busted out sections back here. And instead of doing them all bloody and stuff, we're going to do the malignant green. And we're just going to splash it around, because the more green we have, the better looking it becomes. This, do this, and we do that, and then we do this, and then we are good to mix. All right. Yeah, the Tao are the Tao analog, but the Eternal Dynasty are OPR original. But in my mind, that's what I'm saying. In my mind, how do I do my flying stand? Like these came with flying stands. Well, they came with the stick and the hole to put in there. So normally it's just something like that. All right, we are getting close. Let's do a little bit on him too, just to make him go with the unit. There we go. Yeah, think of the Eternal Dynasties as like the Farsight enclaves. I know that's not where the design space they came from, but it's just kind of how it worked out. Close combat battle suits and all that. Yeah, whenever they get around to it, it'll be interesting to see the suit designs they come up with for the Tao Union. Because you can never have too many battle suits, or battle suit designs. What color schemes? I just, I kind of like the chrome and black for them. Just, I, no real particular reason. Like nothing, I've got nothing to base it on, but I kind of think that in my mind, Robot Legion would be like their vision would be kind of monochrome, or it could be like wireframes, like the old MS DOS tank games. I don't know, but I did a lot of black with my Robot Legion. And I kind of like the way they came out. But of course, I was in like a black phase at that point. The Robot Legions were black. The Alien Hives, their carapaces were black, and I just dropped my palette inside my garbage can. There we go. Oh yeah, it is the 10-year anniversary of OPR, and everything is 75 or 70% off. I need some night goblins to go with the fungus. Oh, that's another thing too, is they have the Goblin Reclaimers army coming out relatively soon. Which is just the goblins of the orc army. They're going to be breaking those apart into their own thing, and new orc time. There we go. These, again, the camera doesn't really pick it up that much, but they are a runic gray color. So they're like a bluish gray, kind of like a light version of like the Space Wolf armor. So again, I like these, and oh, let me find the other one. I liked this one a lot when I did it because making him blue armor, I was like, ooh, I could do them in like a snow basing. And I'm like, when was the last snow one I did? Oh, I haven't done a snow army yet. So this could be the first. Yeah, his blue, you can kind of see his blue more. Probably just because it's matched up against the blue of the armor. Okay. There is one more color, but we're going to wait until we do another color on the bugs. Which, I don't know what it is yet. Oh, we're going to do, we're going to do two colors. We're going to do some Sand Golem for the ropes. I don't know why. Sand Golem just became my rope color. Little watered down Sand Golem. Smaller brush. That'll work. What was my favorite OPR official, like ones that have their own OPR's own models? That's a hard one. I really like the Human Defense Force. I really liked the Eternal Dynasty. And then for fantasy, I really liked the Duchies. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to the HDF armies, because when I did them, they didn't have all their units out yet. And so, like, model-wise, all I really used from them was the tanks instead of the I need to do all the infantry. But then I have also been inspired by everyone who's doing all the walker lists. Like, all walker lists. Yeah, I've missed his belt. And so I am tempted to do an all-walker list. One, because it's, low model count. Two, because it's very effective. Looking at some of those lists, it's scary. Yeah, oops, all walkers. You can get like 6 or 7 of them out there. Yeah, a lot of their stuff is only like quality 4, which it's not great on the face of it, but if you have the support for them, like in the army, to make them, +1 to hit here, +1 to hit there with like spells and orders and stuff, that's a way to do it. But the reason why they didn't start off at like a 3 is because you hit them with an order, all of a sudden they're hitting on a 2, and that way things can get kind of silly. And also, that kind of makes you think about the activation order that you do, where you have to activate your buffing units first before you activate the tank. So, it's just a part of the chess game that is one-page rules. I like the spell structure. I like using the spell structure itself to like represent calling in offboard artillery or calling in airstrikes and stuff like that. Just because it says that the model is a technomancer or a tech sorcerer or whatever it is, doesn't necessarily mean that the model's using magic. He could pull something out like a holy hand grenade. My magical relic. I'm going to zoom out just a hair. Headache inducing. There we go. Zoomed out just a hair. I feel like I'm drifting all over the place when I'm zoomed in that far. All right, next. Let's go ahead and do those eyeballs. What we're going to do, we're going to use absolution green to give their eyes a little bit deeper of a green. Yes, I really do like the way they did their plague demons. We were talking about it earlier, making them more fungusy instead of poop smelling. Make some really fun guys. There we go. That's the odd looking eyeballs we want. All weapons are holy in the grim, dark future. Yes. Well, depending on who's holding them. Another army I'm interested to see what they do with is the Havoc brothers. Because I for one, I am interested in what they're doing with the Battle Brothers, but then it's how are you going to do the Havoc Brothers? Are you going to do just spiky Battle Brothers, or are you going to have them done some other way? Just one of those oddball questions I have. One day, it's just man, I don't know. I just do. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, slime could be a way to do it. Okay, what did I use for these weapons here? I think I used like the brass speed paint. That's why it kind of looks weird. Did the last one's eyes get a gloopy drop? Was that the last one? Hmm. See, I got so much stuff. Okay, Onis, you got it. You guys got to move somewhere else. Go over here. Stand by. Downloading paint color. Brazen copper. That might have been what I used. It might have been a heavy drop. That's okay, though. They're demons. They're allowed to have some good stuff. Yeah, it was this color. Okay. Okay, we got that done. I'm gonna do one more color. I'm gonna do the dark brown on those sticks, and then we'll start working on the main green. What are the green paints in the back? Oh, these two? Yeah, this is Disgusting Slime and Data System Glow. Woo. Yep, they're just hanging out. I haven't really found a good use for them yet. One day. Disgusting Slime you think would work here, but I went more base colored, I think you could call it, with these guys. Instead of stinky slimy, we went more fungusy. This, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. stick time. It's fine if we touch everything else. We're going to let all the colors blend together. Because we are wormhole demons. We do not subscribe to your reality. Oh, and I got one more orc color to show off. Exactly. Well, you think I follow a color scheme? I'm a demon. All right, let that sit for a second. Let me dump this. Now, last orc color. Ignore the banner. This was a very quick sketch. This is a olive-skinned orc. And I got a second one here. This one, you don't really see much skin on this guy because he's wearing a beanie and carrying a rocket. Yes, this is olive skin. I think this is Desolation Brown. Okay, it's got the Skrillex hair. Yeah. See, I got a video coming out that shows all of those close-ups, and we got the little spinny thingy, so you get to see all the fun details on the models, and I go over. I think I put every one of the renders in there as well. So now, time for the main green, which is Camo Cloak. Well, thank you, that dude, silent dude. Yeah. Definitely looks like that launcher from Commando. All right. And this, we're just gonna let it go where it wants to go. If it wants to be patchy, it could be patchy. Like I said, we are demons. All right, and minus a what's it called, burnt umber oil wash. That is going to be one complete fly. Put that over there. And like I said, I brought these guys out just to remind myself where the colors go. But you can see this. I get to actually show what it looks like when it's done. This is what it looks like after that burnt umber wash. See how everything gets in there, gives it a nice color coating of poop. See a hair sticking off there. There we go. Man, I'm going to be doing all kinds of recording this weekend. I got new toys and stuff to use too. Show you all that in a little bit once we get the green done. And the air conditioner kicked back on. How's everyone doing out there? Still awake? Oh, awesome. The mics, yeah. I got some new lapel mics. This way we can hear all of Uncle C's snarky comments on everything. Yo, we were both surprised how good the Kingdom of Angels video did that I put out last weekend. Especially the weird dice rolls. It was just snowing here. It actually snowed, what was it, a week ago. And now it's like 85 degrees outside. You know why? Because Michigan is having a moment. She is off of her meds. Yeah, it's like last Saturday's 80 in Boston. Yep, that's the way she goes. It's funny, at work, in the last 2 days, I've fixed an air conditioner and a furnace. Wasn't the same person, but... Took me an hour and a half to chase down a break in a communication wire for an air conditioner. Because the layout of the building is stupid. Yeah, pure Michigan. Yeah, the way they have the air conditioners laid out in this building, of course, the first call I get of the year, it has to be the one where I have to walk the furthest distance between the apartment and the unit. Even though technically they are right next to each other, I can see it running if I walk out the back door onto the patio, but it's on a different floor. Do I use a rattle can? Or a rattle can, definitely. Every time. I own an airbrush, but I haven't used it in a long time. See you, Sam. You could run a last of this game. Yep. We're going to see plenty of snow. Right now, I have no idea. No idea. This is the time of year where everybody kind of warms up here. It's kind of random. I'm going to give it a... Wait a couple months and it'd be snowing in the southern hemisphere. Oh, any moment in winter. If you want to see a lot of snow, go to the and then you're in America. Go to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Oh my good God! You might get stuck. Yeah, Alaska. Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. It's one of those bucket list kind of places. One day. I'm an old man. I don't get out much anymore. Yes. Yeah, I've been mostly an East Coast, Midwest guy. And so I was born in the mountains in New York. Yes, yes, there are mountains there. And then moved to Florida, you know, college in Kentucky. Now I live in Michigan. I've been to California. I don't really know if it counts because when I was playing football in college, I went to California for a game, and I was there for 2 days. Didn't really get out much. Ooh, that's dark. Yeah, it's funny. I am from a little place called Vestal Center, New York. And when I tell people that, people in my family that, yeah, I was born in the Appalachian Mountains, New York, they're like, there's no mountains in New York. Well, had to go back up there for a funeral and took everyone with me, and they go, oh crap, yes, you are in the mountains. But everywhere else I've been, like I lived in a town down in Florida called Lehigh Acres. And I'll tell you what, when I lived there, it was mostly swamp and like cypress forests. And now it turned into like one of the fastest growing places in America. Now when I go down to visit, my mom's still down there, my brother's still down there. When I go down to visit, it's like, man, I'm homesick for a place that doesn't even exist anymore. But, it is what it is. Are we done? Oh, look, we're done. Look at that. All right. Yes, we have 6 very disgusting bugs. All done up in an hour and 10 minutes. Can't go home, but you can shop there? I have no idea. I put the speed in speed paint. Yes! Yes, I do. Army Painter, sponsor me. Okay, what else we got? Oh, an army that I completely finished. Like the day I decided I was sick and I wasn't recording, I decided to sit down and paint an army. Because, of course, what else would you do? But I am going to be doing High Elf Phoenixes. Ta-da! Here's one of the big ones. This is going to be a character, Hero Phoenix. And, I've discovered I'm just not... Bright colors, I'm just not that great at. But I like to dull everything down. But yes, here's one of the Phoenixes. And the other character Phoenix, let me see if I can pull him up here. Here's the other character, and the stick is because when he stands up on his own for too long, he will actually start to droop. So for now, when I store him, he gets a stick. There, stick right up his crotch. And then I have a couple units of Phoenix Guard. And I was like, wow, they're all metal. What am I going to do? And then I'm like, oh yeah, Phoenixes. So they all have a burning gradient cloak. All of them do. Yeah. So I got those. I got the Blood Brothers. Other stuff. I got the Oni army that's coming. 1, 2, 3. There he is. So the Eternal Dynasty, I got 2 different armies of those coming. I don't know, it's going to be a crazy week of recording. Oh, yeah. Oh, toys. Toys. Stuff that I have to play with now. So, Scott told you I got some... Where are they? I got some new... Oh, of course, it's upside down. I got some new lapel mics that we're going to use to hook into the phone so that now you can hear all of the snark. And then... I got to move the camera for this one. I got this thing. It's a gyro. So now I'm going to have a steady cam that I can shoot videos with. Fun. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah. Go to sleep. There we go. So yeah, I have a gimbal that I'm going to be using. It probably interfered with everything because it is Bluetooth connected to the phone I'm using. So, yeah. So that's going to be, it's going to be a fun week of recording. And then, like I said, you have the video for the orcs that are going to be out tomorrow, going over all the different renders and having you guys choose which one I should be doing. And I got swarms to paint. Didn't have enough time to do them tonight. But yeah, that'll do it for me tonight, guys. Thanks for sticking around. And yeah, I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. I'll catch you later. Good night.